Hi, my name is Stella.
And I'm Alice. We're identical twins from Ohio.
Please like and subscribe.
When we were born, we were called the cutest babies in town. Everyone freaked out over our beautiful blonde hair and blue eyes. They called us angel babies. Mom signed us up to be baby models, and we were super popular. By the time we were 3, we were on every ad possible for baby products, from diapers to fashion. We were everywhere.
And I loved the limelight. It's like I was made to be a star.
I enjoyed school and wanted to be a powerful lawyer one day, so studying and getting good grades was really important to me. One morning when we were in 5th grade, we started our routine with Mom. Suddenly, Stella screamed.
My face! It's burning! Mom, help! Hold still! I think you have an allergic reaction.
Mom quickly wiped Stella's face as I watched in horror. By the time her face was clean, something horrible had happened. The reaction had covered Stella's face in angry red marks.
Oh my God! What is this? I'm disgusting!
No, Stella! It's gonna be fine! We'll get you fixed up in no time, I promise. Later, at the hospital, the doctors gave us some bad news. Stella's face was scarred from the reaction, and there was no cure. When Mom heard this, she nearly fainted, and Stella was mad at me.
You lied, Alice! You promised! I'll be fine, but I'm a monster! From that day on, my life changed forever. Mom made me wear a pound of makeup to cover my scars. I wasn't allowed to be seen without it. The whole thing broke my heart, and I didn't understand why this had happened to me.
In 8th grade, we met Julia and Emma. They had just moved to town and were also identical twins. They were pure evil. What's worse is everyone compared us.
Look at the new girls! They're so cute!
I love how they always match. They're giving Stella and Alice a run for their money.
Emma and Julia were our complete opposites and had red hair and green eyes. I couldn't stand them. Our rivalry began when they started working at our modeling agency. They were stealing our jobs. I can't believe those witches are getting more work than us. We have to crush them like the bugs they are.
It's not a competition. Stella, why are you being so crazy?
Of course it's a competition and we're losing. And either you're with me or you're against me. Choose.
Of course, I'd always put Stella first, but sometimes she took things too far. One morning in the cafeteria, the witch twins walked up to us and smirked.
Oh, if it isn't the shy one and the ugly one. Why so sad?
Oh, suddenly I'm not hungry anymore.
Don't you have something better to do? Like shop for the same clothes?
Nice one! At least we own our twinness. You guys are so boring! And it's so plain!
Oh no, I'm tripping! I'm so sorry. It was an accident.
Stella left giggling, and I was shocked. I jumped up with some tissues for Julia, but she pushed me away. I'm just trying to help. I have a spare shirt if you want.
Don't touch me, witch! Just wait till this weekend's modeling competition. That grand prize is ours. We're going to end. You've been warned.
That whole talking together thing is so creepy. We'll definitely be there, so bring it on. I didn't agree with Stella's methods, but those girls got on my last nerve. They'd been nothing but rude since they showed up. The next day, Mom surprised us with a dozen designer dresses for the competition.
OMG! Mom, we're gonna look so good!
Can we afford this? They're so expensive!
Don't worry, honey. We'll return them after. You'll just have to be extra careful not to ruin them, okay?
I don't know about this.
Come on, don't be a wet blanket. We need to win this. We'll show those wannabes who really owns this twin business.
Later that night, Stella came to me.
Alice, I have a plan to beat them once and for all.
What do you mean, Stella?
Just a harmless prank, of course. But enough to take them out of the competition.
You're talking about cheating? We can't do that. Besides, I don't want to win like that. Is this really so important to you? That you cheat and win?
Yes, it is. You have no idea how hard my life is. Always hiding what I really look like and afraid someone will find out. But still, modeling is the only thing I'm good at and passionate about. So, yeah, I'm willing to do what it takes.
No one is perfect, Stella. Everyone is insecure about something. All models use makeup and whatnot to look better. And your condition? It's not as bad as you think. It's in your head.
Easy for you to say. Are you with me or not?
I am, but we will win this the right way. Every night after rehearsal, I snuck away to study. I was interested in a huge internship in Washington at a law firm, except I hadn't told Mom or Stella yet. I was scared they'd be angry with me. On the day of the competition, we aced the first rounds. Our dresses were the talk of the circuit, and people loved our routine. But when we went on earlier for round 2, Stella grew pale.
We can't go on yet. It's not our turn.
You look perfect, honey. Don't worry.
Our routine went well at first, but just then, a bucket dropped from the ceiling and we were covered in sour yogurt. What is that?
OMG! Ooh! The prank I'd set up for the twins backfired on us. If anyone finds out, I was dead. I had to think quickly. So when we went back to our dressing room, I knew what I had to do. It was them! I know they did this. We have to tell the judges.
You mean the twins? They sabotaged us? Just then, the twins walked into our dressing room, smiling.
That was quite a show! Looks like other people hate you.
Just as much as us.
How delicious!
Don't try and shift the blame. I know you were behind this.
Suddenly, Stella attacked Emma, and then Julia jumped in too.
Get off me, psycho! We had nothing to do with this!
Yeah, let go! You've gone mad!
As I pulled Stella away, Julia pulled at her dress, and it ripped. Just then, Mom rushed in, and when she saw the dresses, she screamed. I told Mom it was the twins, but they refused to admit it. So the agency launched an investigation. But I was shocked to see Stella rigging up the buckets of yogurt. We were disqualified instantly, and the twins won. You did this? I can't believe it.
At least I'm trying. You're the bad team player here. Do I have to do everything myself?
Listen to yourself. All you care about is winning, and it's just hurting us. You've ruined everything. Those expensive dresses and our reputation. I won't be part of this madness, Stella.
As if you could do it without me anyway. You need me and you know it.
Not anymore. I'm done. I never wanted this. After that, we were basically broke. Stella had to take every single job she could get to make more money. And I began waiting tables at the local coffee shop. A week before our 16th birthday, Mom came to us with some big news.
I may have just solved all of our money problems. Girls, pack your bags. We're moving to Japan.
What? A huge modeling agency loved our look and wanted us to move there to represent their brand. They'd pay for everything and even move us into a huge penthouse apartment for free.
OMG! This is the best news ever!
I couldn't let this go on any longer. I wanted to follow my dreams and participate in that internship. The deadline was just around the corner, so I had to tell them. I can't move to Japan.
Why, Alice?
Confused, they stared at me, and I finally explained my plans for my future.
Are you kidding me? I can't believe you're being so selfish.
How am I being selfish? I never asked for any of this.
All you've ever done is complain. Look at me. I'm the freak here, but I get up every day and I work.
You've never taken this seriously.
And now you just want to bail on us.
Me? Complain? You're the one who can't stop competing with Emma and Julia. You're so insecure that you've let this stupid rivalry turn you into a witch. I regretted my words as soon as I said them, but I was so mad I couldn't take them back. I stormed off to my room and slammed the door shut. Stella didn't talk to me for a whole week after that. What's worse is they were going ahead with the move, as if nothing I did mattered. One morning, I got a letter delivered, and it was from the internship. I was just about to open it when someone knocked on my door. Mom came in and eyed the letter.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I'm not happy about this. You're not even 16 yet, until tomorrow. And honey, we can't afford this.
I guess I just wanted to know if I could do it, Mom. I'm a straight A student. Did you even know that? Mom looked at me sadly.
I guess I've been so wrapped up in your careers, I've never really thought about what you wanted.
I want to make a difference in the world, not just look good.
Open the letter, Alice.
Mom and I hugged, and we opened the letter together. Congratulations! You've been accepted! What was I gonna do now? The next day at school, I decided to look for Stella so we could make up. It was our birthday after all. When I finally found her in the playground, I was shocked to see her with Emma and Julia.
Well, if it isn't the traitor twin, what do you want?
Stella, can we talk for a sec, alone?
Anything you say to me, you can say in front of my best friends.
What? Don't look so surprised. The enemy of my enemy
Is my friend, right?
Right!
Did you hit your head or something? Come on, we're sisters. Twins, don't be like this.
You did this to us. You've made your bed.
So sleep in it.
To think I was about to give up my dream for Stella, and she treats me like this. No chance anymore.
The following week, Mom and I packed our bags and headed for Japan, while Alice went to stay with our aunt in Washington. Good riddance. The next few years in Japan were amazing. The company wasn't happy that it was just me, but I was determined to make them see my worth. So I worked hard, and by the time I was 18, I was pretty famous. I actually missed Alice a lot, but I could never bring myself to call her. I needed to work on myself first.
Moving to Washington was the best decision of my life. I was my own person for the first time in my life. I loved living in my aunt's house, and the internship was amazing. They even offered me a summer job with them after I finished. I worked as an assistant for 3 years until I graduated college. Soon after, my boss offered me a full-time job with my very first case. A huge client was suing a skincare brand, and when I saw the name, I was shocked. It was the same company that caused my sister's scars. It turned out they were using sketchy chemicals, and hundreds of people were hurt. I made it my mission to take them down, and when we finally won the case, I called Stella. I told her everything, and I was surprised that she seemed happy to hear from me. We decided to meet at a cafe, and when I saw Stella, my heart nearly exploded. I'd forgotten how much I'd missed her.
That's such an insane story. Thank you so much for doing this.
The company will pay damages to every client that got hurt. I made sure of it.
Alice, I have to apologize. I know we were just kids, but I was so insecure and selfish. Can you forgive me?
Of course I can. I'm sorry too, but in a way, I'm glad it happened. I needed to find myself outside of us, you know?
I do. Really. But no matter what, you'll always be my other half.
Same here.
Hi, I'm Irina from Russia. Please like and subscribe. My mom gave birth to 2 identical twins, me and my sister Rita. Unfortunately, we were only a month old when my parents divorced. Mom took Rita to the city while I stayed in the village with Dad. Dad was my only friend because growing up, I was super shy and preferred to read and write stories in my journal than play with other kids.
Are you sure you want to spend another Friday night alone, sweetie?
Don't worry, Dad, I'm fine. Aren't you happy I'm not going to any wild parties or dating any boys? Then one day when I was 16, I got a strange visitor.
Hi, Irina. Oh, you're all grown up now and so beautiful.
Thanks. Do I know you?
Wow. I guess your dad never mentioned me much or kept any pictures. I'm your mom.
Huh? You're joking, right? But she wasn't. Instead, Dad came over and the 2 of them sat down with me in the living room.
All right. I let you come over because you said you had an emergency. So what's going on?
It's Irina's sister, Rita. She's a model and makes a lot of money, but she started struggling with mental illness and suddenly quit. Now, if she doesn't complete her contract, we'll be sued for a crazy amount of money. Irina has to fill in for her. No one will know. I may have to trim her bangs a bit, though.
Wait, what? This is the emergency?
What a stupid and twisted thing to ask your daughter that you haven't seen in 16 years. Get out of my house right now.
They started arguing and I didn't know what to do, so I just slipped out of the room and tried to calm myself down. But Mom just wouldn't give up. And the next day she made me a crazy offer.
Your father mentioned you write stories and that it's your dream to become a famous author. What if I told you I knew an agency that could publish your work and pay you a fortune?
How could I say no to something like that? After that, I convinced Dad to do the modeling contract, and finally he agreed. So I moved to the city where Mom and Rita lived in a mansion. Mom greeted me at the door and hugged me tightly. I still wasn't entirely comfortable with her, but it was nice to feel welcome.
You'll meet Rita later today. She doesn't leave her bedroom. She even has dinner there.
You mean I'll only see her if I come upstairs with you? Doesn't she ever leave the house? Mom didn't answer. She just snapped her fingers and ordered some servants to get me settled in my room. God, this place was so different from what I was used to. And I was curious to meet my mysterious sister, too. That evening, I was reading in my room when I heard a scream outside my room. I went into the hallway to find the maid covered in food. that's when I also saw Mom and Rita.
I told her I wanted pizza for dinner, not these soggy vegetables.
Of course, baby. Our mistake. But pizza's not good for you right now. We'll get you the tastiest salad ever. I'll give you a raise, all right? I can't have another servant quit because of her.
You always do this. Mom, I don't want a salad. If I don't get a pizza right now, I'll take all of your gold jewelry and give it to the neighbor's dog to chew on and then throw up.
Excuse me, but don't speak to your mom like that. And you certainly didn't need to throw food at your maid.
This is my twin sister, Mom. She has a lot of nerve for a house guest. Also, we may look identical, but her skin is way more blotchy than mine. You should tell the photographer that beforehand.
Geez, this girl was something else. I went off to bed after that, and Mom told me not to take Rita's behavior personally.
I just want her to be happy and healthy.
The next day, I arrived on set when suddenly I noticed everyone glaring at me and whispering angrily. What was going on? Hey, why is everyone here giving me dirty looks? Did I do something wrong?
Ugh, you're here? I thought you quit after you humiliated me in front of thousands of people. Also, you bullied every single person on set since you started working here, Rita. They were hoping they'd never see you again after you left.
What? I bullied everybody here? And what did I do to you? I mean, I didn't take my meds this morning, so I forgot what happened. Can you remind me?
Ugh, give me a break!
Rita had apparently done a lot of horrible things because every person around me acted like I was some kind of monster. I called Mom and told her what had happened.
You must have spoken with Vlad, Rita's coworker and ex-boyfriend. She dumped him publicly during an acceptance speech for an awards show and said some mean things. Just focus on your work, honey. He's not your problem.
I knew Mom was right, so the next day, I ignored all the death stares and kept to myself. But later that afternoon, Vlad and I had to do a photo shoot together. The photographer was about to start when suddenly she started freaking out.
I cannot work like this. Vlad, how much weight did you gain? The costume designers worked really hard and you. Ugh, forget it. I'm requesting a different model.
What? Why? We've been rehearsing this for weeks and I haven't gained any weight.
He really does look great. Maybe his suit just has to be tailored a bit. The photographer wouldn't listen, and Vlad stormed off with tears in his eyes. Vlad, don't listen to that photographer. You're in great shape. I don't get why she had to be such a jerk.
Well, she wasn't totally wrong. I have put on a little weight. I'm surprised you didn't make fun of me about it.
Have I made fun of your body in the past?
You made fun of it in front of thousands of people. During your award speech, you said you were dumping me because I didn't have abs anymore.
Wow. Well, I'd like to apologize for that. The truth is, I think you're really brave for doing a job like this. I hate having my picture taken. I mean, even though I'm a model. The point is, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I really didn't expect an apology from you. We're still broken up, but thanks for that.
After our talk, Vlad was nicer to me, which made my job a lot easier. One day, I headed to the den to watch some TV when I saw Rita sitting on the couch. What are you doing here?
What do you mean? This is my house, isn't it?
Yeah, but I thought you never came out of your room.
I don't. But my room doesn't have a TV, and I like watching Luna videos on a big screen.
You watch Luna Avatar too? They're my favorite YouTube channel. Their stories are what inspired me to become a writer.
Yeah, I don't care. You can watch with me as long as you keep your mouth shut.
I decided to take the opportunity to spend time with Rita. She obviously had some issues, and I was curious to know more about her. As we were watching videos, Rita's phone suddenly rang, and she looked annoyed.
Why is Vlad calling me?
My heart started racing as Rita answered the phone. Apparently, Vlad had called to ask her out to coffee.
He said he's glad we're getting along better lately, and that I seem happier and healthier. Did you flirt with him or something?
What? No, we're just friendly coworkers.
Listen to me. At your job, you're not Irina. You're Rita. And Rita doesn't want you talking to Vlad at all. I still love him.
You love him, and yet you dumped and publicly body-shamed him? Look, I'm not interested in your ex-boyfriend, but I'm allowed to be his friend. He's not your property, and he deserves to be around someone who doesn't mistreat him. I left before Rita could answer, and the next morning at work, I told Vlad I was sorry if I was rude to him on the phone and that I was happy to hang out.
I really don't have time for your games, Rita.
I'm not playing games, dude. Just whatever you do, don't call or text me on that number again. I got a new number. I convinced Vlad to let me buy him coffee. And as we were walking to a cafe, I saw a lady come up to us with a little girl behind her.
I'm so sorry to bother you, but my daughter is a big fan, and I wanted to say hi. She's just a little shy.
You don't have to feel shy. I'm just a normal girl at the end of the day, like you.
Did your mom buy you this pretty scarf?
Actually, I got it as a present from my agency. Do you want it? I think you'd look even better in it than I do.
No, we can't possibly accept that from you.
Rita, that scarf cost thousands of...
It's okay. Really, I want her to have it. The girl was starry-eyed, and her mom thanked me over and over.
Wow, I can't believe you just did that. You've changed a lot during your vacation, haven't you? Are you in therapy now or something?
I guess you could say that. Vlad insisted on buying me coffee instead of the other way around. And I even got some free pastries since the cashier was also a fan of Rita. I was living like royalty, pretending to be her. And my life as a model just kept getting better. I was getting huge business deals because everyone was amazed at how Rita had apparently made a comeback. But my success drove my sister totally wild.
You're just living your perfect life, aren't you? Oh no, wait! You're living my life!
The only reason I'm even here is because you sabotaged your career with your awful behavior. Rita just threw a pillow at my head and walked off. What a brat. As more time passed, I also started hanging out with Vlad, and we became really close. But I was always hesitant to tell him about my real identity. One night, he walked me home, and when we arrived in front of the house, he took my hand, and I felt my knees go weak.
I had such a lovely day with you. You seem a lot happier and healthier lately. Or maybe I'm just seeing a different side of you.
Suddenly, he leaned in to kiss me, and I found myself pulling away. Vlad, I'm sorry, but I can't kiss you.
What do you mean? I want to give us a second chance. 'Cause you're the new you.
I know. But things with me are more complicated than they look. I have to go, I'm sorry. I quickly snuck inside the house, but when I closed the door, I saw Rita leaning against the wall, and she looked enraged.
I saw you two from my bedroom window. Irina, I told you to stay away from Vlad. I know we haven't grown up together, but you're still my sister, and sisters don't steal each other's boyfriends.
I'm not stealing anything from you. He tried to kiss me, and I refused. But if you still love him, you should reach out and apologize.
Do you think I haven't done that? He won't take me back, Irina. I know it doesn't look like it, but I am trying to work on myself and become a better person. Hurting Vlad was the biggest regret of my life.
I didn't know how to respond to that. And as I lay in bed, I felt torn about what to do. I did have feelings for Vlad, and Rita had been horrible to him, but I still didn't want to hurt her. So the next day at work, I told Vlad I only wanted to be friends.
But why? Is there something you're not telling me?
It's just that. Suddenly, I saw something that made me forget what I wanted to say. The director was putting an envelope next to my purse, and it had my name on it. I left Vlad right away to see what it was. Excuse me, what's in this bag?
The menu for your new diet.
What do you mean I have to drop some weight?
That's ridiculous. We've given you this diet many times, and you are fine. So, can you do your job and follow this diet, or are you going to go crazy and have a mental breakdown again?
I felt like the ground beneath me had collapsed. This was how the agency had treated Rita when she was here. No wonder she'd been struggling. I had to see her right away. I went home and knocked on Rita's door, but there was no answer. Then suddenly, I smelled something weird coming from underneath the floor. So I opened the door and my heart dropped. Rita's entire bedroom was covered with dirty plates, and there was food under her bed that she'd snuck in from the kitchen. At that second, Rita's bathroom door opened.
Oh my God, get out! This is a total invasion of privacy.
Rita, what is all this? The director gave me the diet menu today, and she said she's always given it to you whenever you put on weight. But now I think you have an eating disorder.
My eating disorder led to my breakdown. I thought it was a harmless diet, but they kept telling me that I was still too heavy. So I started starving myself. But I'd get hungry and stuff my face, and the pressure to look perfect got to me. And then I projected my own insecurities onto Vlad. Irina, I was never jealous of you. I just didn't want you to suffer like I did.
Oh my God, I had no idea. I am so sorry.
But it doesn't excuse my behavior. It's turned me into a monster.
I hugged Rita tight and let her cry for a while. And after that, we went straight to the agency to take care of business. But when we arrived, Mom was there, And when she saw Rita, she freaked.
What is she doing here? Irina, I came here to help you sign a contract for a new business deal. We could get into huge trouble if someone sees you two together.
Forget it, Mom. I'm not filling in for Rita anymore. I'm done. You care more about money than you do your daughter's health and well-being. This agency totally mistreated Rita and the other models. And if I stay any longer, I'll go down the same dark path she did.
Oh, Irina, don't be overly dramatic. Rita's breakdown had nothing to do with the agency.
Rita was about to answer when we heard footsteps behind us. And when we turned around, it was Vlad. I hadn't spoken to him since the other day. His eyes got huge as he stared at Rita and me.
Rita, you have a twin?
Actually, I'm not Rita. My name is Irina, and I've been secretly filling in for Rita since last month. She didn't want to continue modeling, but they were going to sue us, and she quit before her contract ended, and...
It was her you've been hanging out with this whole time.
I don't understand. So you both lied to me and the whole world about all this?
It wasn't our choice! Vlad walked away before I could finish, and I was devastated. I wanted to go after him, but I had to take care of other things first. I called Dad right away, and with his help, we filed a lawsuit against both the agency and Mom for mistreatment and fraud. Dad got custody of Rita and got her the therapy she needed, and I was still able to get my stories published. But our little switcheroo was all over the news, and Vlad was still ignoring our calls. Then one day, Vlad texted me to meet him at a cafe, but he said he didn't want to talk to Rita. That was weird. So talk to me. How come you asked me to come here but not Rita?
Because you're the one I want to be with. Irina, you're a better person than Rita is. I was hurt that you lied, but I know you had your reasons.
I'm not a better person than Rita. I just had it way easier than her. She still loves you and wants a second chance.
But she hurt me too deeply, and I don't think I can ever love her the same. You're the one I want to be with.
My heart raced as Vlad took my hands and I stared into his deep, dark eyes. Vlad, maybe someday we can be together, but right now I have to focus on myself. I've been living my sister's life for too long, and I've lost touch with who I am. Still, I've loved every moment I spent with you.
Me too. Good luck, Irina.
And with that, I left the cafe with a smile, ready to start a new chapter of my life.
Hey friends, I'm Jessica from Pennsylvania. Please like and subscribe. I was born 2 minutes after my triplet sisters, Zoe and Dana. And even though we look alike, Zoe and Dana always made me feel different. They stuck together, wore the same outfits, and even had their own language just so they could talk about me behind my back.
Osaka, Galaga, Kosaka, Galaga, Mene.
What is the deal with you two? You sound so dumb when you talk like a duck.
No, I don't. You're just jealous cause you're not part of our cool club.
Whatever, they were right. I hated being the odd. I think my sisters were jealous because I was prettier, taller, and smarter. And when I turned 13, I landed my first modeling gig for an international teen magazine. And we just grew more distant. They begged Mom and Dad to get them into modeling too. And my parents went out on a limb to get Zoe to walk a fashion show. But she kept throwing tantrums.
Oh my god, this color makes my eyes look small. Is this Diet Coke? No, get lost then and get me one. This makeup artist looks like a homeless person. Get me a prettier one.
It was so bad they kicked her out and she never got a call back.
I don't get it. We're dressed up better, obviously, prettier, and yet somehow you'll get all these great gigs.
Don't whine if you can't get what's mine, and I'll let you in on my secret. But you have to promise me never to tell Mom. I walk on my arms 3 times a day, every day for at least 50 minutes.
That's ridiculous. We've never seen you do that.
I won't do it in front of you, dummy. It's called a secret for a reason. Walking on hands helps me with my posture, and I walk better on the ramp.
It was a lie, of course. But my sisters were so dumb. They tried doing everything, but couldn't even land a handstand. And one time, Zoe ended up falling and crashing right into Mom's $1,000 vase, smashing it into pieces. Mom was furious, and they both ended up getting their butts grounded while I had the TV all to myself for a good 2 weeks. Absolute bliss. But after that day, they never trusted me. But I couldn't care less, and I only got more famous. One day, while working on an ad, I was a bit confused about my lines.
Excuse me, this is supposed to be a winterwear commercial, right? The lines are all wrong.
Let me see.
I turned around and saw Peyton walking in my direction. He was modeling royalty with over 10 million followers on Instagram. I was doing this commercial with him. How did I miss the memo?
Say it like this. I feel so hot when I'm wearing these. I can barely feel the cold. You try.
I feel cold. Hot. No, wait. I can get this right.
It's okay. I have that effect on girls. I'm Peyton, by the way. I'm sure you've heard of me.
Who hasn't? It's such an honor working with you.
Peyton and I absolutely nailed that winter wear ad. And our chemistry was so good, we ended up doing a lot of ads together. We started hanging out more and more and soon became good friends. The more I got to know him, the closer to him I felt.
You know, apart from good look and almost perfect body, I also happen to be an amazing singer.
Oh, how cool. I've always wanted to be a model, but...
Do you want me to sing for you?
Oh yes, I'd love to.
Before I could even finish my sentence, Peyton started singing. And it was so bad, I could feel my eardrums cry. But despite that horrible singing, when Peyton asked me out that evening, I happily said yes. And when my sisters found out, they burned with rage.
Seriously? You think I won't know you're talking about me and Peyton? Guess your secret language doesn't make you cool enough to be with someone like him. So I'm just gonna ignore you.
Ignore us all you want, but you can't ignore the fact that Peyton is too good for you.
And you'll never be able to keep him happy. Say what you want. I'm late for my meeting with my super hot boyfriend.
It felt so good to rub it in their faces. The next few weeks were bliss. The news about me and Peyton being an item started, skyrocketed our reputation, and everyone wanted to sign us up. Life was perfect until my agent booked us for our Christmas ad. And this time, they wanted to use my whole family, including Zoe and Dana. I begged my agent not to go through with it, but she didn't give a rat's butt about it. The next day, when the photographers came, Zoe plopped her butt right next to Peyton, and I felt my insides explode every time Dana gave Zoe a look. Zoe whispered something in Peyton's ear, and they burst out laughing.
What? What's so funny? Tell me too.
Forget it. Your boring brain wouldn't get our yolks.
It's okay, Jess. I'll just tell you everything later.
And with that, Zoe whispered another joke to him. The photo turned out great, and did a fab job at making us look like a perfect family. As the photographer was packing up, I had some final paperwork to sign. When I looked up, Zoe and Peyton were nowhere to be found. I went to look for them outside when I found the two of them hugging.
You know you can tell me anything, right?
Thanks, Zoe. Feels like I can talk about anything with you. Thanks for being the perfect friend.
Excuse me. I thought I was your perfect friend.
Jess, that's not what I meant.
Then what did you mean?
Did you even know that he has a sensitive throat? He can't sing anymore. Can you stop being so pushy? Jeez, poor Peyton is going through so much in life.
Oh, wow, really? Newsflash. He could never sing. He sang like a toad with a throat infection. You want to be friends so bad, then go ahead, but I'm done with all of you.
Jess, wait!
Just leave her. You're better off without her.
The next morning, my agent called me up and gave me the shock of my life.
The company we did the Christmas ad for loved Zoe and Peyton's flawless chemistry, and they want to go ahead with them. They want you off the project?
Are you kidding me? She's the worst model ever.
I'm really sorry, Jess.
I rushed to give Zoe a piece of my mind, but when I went to her room, Zoe and Dana were arguing over Peyton.
You shouldn't keep them all to yourself, okay? We decided I'll get a fair chance to impress Peyton too.
Really? Now? I don't think he's interested in anyone. I mean, look what happened to Jess. She's prettier than both of us combined, and he chose me over her. You don't stand a chance.
We'll just see about that. Just stay away from him till I ask him out on a date. Okay.
But a few days later, at the success party of our Christmas ad campaign, Dana walked up to me asking if I'd seen Zoe, and the perfect idea struck me.
I think I saw her go upstairs in the study. Oh, Dana, I think she's with Peyton. If I were you, I'd let them be.
She's what? I'm gonna kill that witch.
Dana looked like a raging bull as she ran upstairs, and of course, I followed. She opened the door dramatically just as Zoe was about to kiss Peyton.
Get your filthy hands off him.
Oh my god, are you crazy? Get out.
Not before you tell me what's happening.
What do you think is happening? We're making out.
And then Dana jumped on Zoe, and the two broke out in a huge fight. But suddenly, Zoe lost her mind and somehow ended up smacking Peyton across the face. Peyton left angrily, and Zoe followed him while Dana ran and locked herself in the room. I celebrated with the team alone and managed to impress them so well, they gave me another individual project. That evening, as I went onto the porch to get some fresh air, I saw Dana sobbing silently.
I'm so sorry. I'm the worst sister in the world. Please, forgive me.
You got a booger all over me.
Sorry, it's just that I've been awful to you all my life. I even tried to get in the way of your career and love life, and look where it landed me. My life's a mess.
No, it's not. Get a grip, girl. And why are you sorry now? Did you not think about the time you left me alone while you gossiped in Egyptian with Zoe? Your dumb secret language.
Oh, that was actually nothing. We just said some nonsense to piss you off. It was Zoe's idea.
So you're telling me there's no language at all? Man, you guys are evil.
Wait, Jess, I know we've been really bad to you, but how about we join forces and get some good old-fashioned revenge on Zoe? You know you want it, and God knows she deserves it.
And how am I supposed to trust you?
You have to take your chances, but I won't let you down, I promise.
I had to admit that sounded pretty tempting, but I wasn't a scary, spiteful person. Or maybe I was. Either way, I wanted Zoe to pay for butting into my life and stealing Peyton from me. So I agreed. The plan was simple. Every time Peyton and Zoe went out on a date, Dana and I would follow them and tip off the paparazzi to take the weirdest pictures, till one of them eventually got annoyed. It went on for days, till one day, Peyton got so fed up that he turned to one of the photographers with a snarl.
Come on, Peyton. How about a smile for the camera?
How about this instead?
Peyton punching the reporter and Zoe's smirking face was all over the papers and tabloids. He lost most of his contracts, and so did Zoe, since she only worked on his recommendation. Once their professional relationship was over, their personal one soon followed.
I can't get any work since that terrible night. Why couldn't you control yourself? It wasn't such a big deal.
Of course it's not a big deal to you. You like the attention. I don't.
What do you mean?
I mean that a small-time dumb model like you would want cameras to follow you everywhere. Wait a minute. Maybe it's you who keeps tipping them off.
This makes no sense.
Oh, it makes perfect sense. Getting photographed with someone as famous as me would be a dream come true for someone like you.
Shut up, Peyton. You can't talk to Zoe like that.
Why are you jumping to her defense? Did you forget how she took over? Your life and your boyfriend?
Seems like she did me a favor there, because I can do a lot better than a boy bug-eating idiot like you. And so can Zoe. Now do us both a favor and get out before I knock your teeth in.
Peyton pouted and left, and Zoe turned to me.
Why did you do that? I clearly don't deserve your sympathy.
You're my sister, Zoe. The only person who can talk down to you is me, but I hope you learned a lesson.
I did, and I'm sorry. For everything, all the times I've been mean to you?
Yeah, we're sorry too. We're the ones who tipped off the paparazzi.
It's okay, I kinda deserved it.
A few days later, my agent told me that due to bad publicity, Peyton got dropped from his modeling agency. Zoe and Dana worked non-stop to get back into business, and I helped my sisters in every way I could till they were eventually good enough to land their own gigs. Working together brought us closer. But I think the best part was when we got to go on vacation and just relax and do little things together, like chatting and even learning new languages.
The Watsons' fancy mansion was shaking again, thanks to the daughter causing yet another mess.
Zoe, what did you do this time?
Oh, nothing much. Just a little fake battle drill. I might sign up for the Navy or something.
I adopted you to raise a proper, elegant young lady, not this. Ugh, I'm exhausted.
Meanwhile, across town, Luna was zooming down the street on her scooter, clicking her tongue.
Huh, typical rich people. Always fighting over the weirdest stuff.
Hey guys, I'm Zoe, 17. People say I'm lucky because I got a dog adopted by the rich Watsons. Not exactly. But before we continue, please like and subscribe. They're super strict, no matter how hard I tried. My foster mom was always cold and distant. She never liked anything I did. She traveled a lot too, so most of the time I was stuck alone in the giant house. I just wanted to hang out like a normal teen. But nope, all I had was the total lockdown. A proper lady must be flawless, smart, and calm. No running in the halls, no whining, no begging, blah, blah, blah. I'd had enough. No way I was staying in on such a perfect day. I grabbed my skateboard and rolled all the way across town. I'd never been here before. Yeah, this felt so freeing. I just wish I had someone to share it with. Then suddenly I saw... Wait, what the fudge? Was that me? But I'm standing right here. No way is that my doppelganger. Before I could process anything, the girl who looked just like me was right in front of me. And boom, we crashed straight into each other. Everything went black. Ouch, my head was pounding. Oh right, I was in a hospital bed.
Miss, you've been injured. I was instructed to bring you home.
The butler's voice totally caught me off guard. That guy usually acts like I don't even exist, but now he's suddenly all attentive. Before I could even open my mouth, I saw him helping some girl walk right past me. The fudge. Wasn't that my doppelganger? Okay, so this wasn't a dream. I tried to call out, "Hey, I am the real one here."
Luna, are you okay?
A kind-looking older man suddenly ran up to me. I'd never seen him before. Nope, definitely not someone I know. But before I could explain, he was already dragging me home to this super rundown house way out in the suburbs. Turns out Joe ran a tiny repair shop, but business was rough. The house was cramped, the clothes were old-fashioned, and the food was budget aisle leftovers. But I decided to stay a bit longer to figure things out. Joe was just as happy I was resting.
Still running a fever. Just stay in bed, sweetheart. I'll take care of you till you're better.
His hands were warm. The pumpkin soup was absolutely delish, so I stayed a few more days. No biggie. Thanks to Joe's care, I recovered fast. As soon as I was good to go, I ran straight back to the Watsons. Poor Luna must have been dying under my mom's strict rules.
You've been doing quite well lately. Very different from before. Keep it up.
Don't worry, Mother. I've got it handled.
Wait, did my mom just smile and say something nice? That's a first. I waited till she left, then climbed in through the window.
I had a feeling, but wow, you really do look just like me. Only difference is I was adopted. You're her real daughter?
I was adopted too, when I was 6. Before that, I lived at Hope Heaven Orphanage. Oh, and I still have this necklace charm.
Me too.
We both stared at our charms. When we clicked them together, they matched perfectly. We looked at each other. No words needed. We both knew what this meant. We're twins. We thought about going back to our real lives, but then we hesitated. I mean, we've been crushing it, pretending to be each other. You're really good at acting like me, and my mom actually likes you. I just never felt like I belonged there.
Then let's switch. You like my dad, right? And I want to grow. Your mom's powerful. She can help me achieve big things.
I stared at her, unsure, but then I thought about Joe and how kind he was. I nodded. From that moment on, I became Luna, and geez Louise, I did not expect being Luna to be this hard. To make ends meet, I had to work with Dad Joe all day, but honestly, I was clumsy at everything. I kept messing things up nonstop.
Honestly, I like you more this way. You're lively, warm, and closer to me now. You used to have your nose stuck in books all the time.
Living with Joe meant no designer clothes, no fancy meals, just budget food and thrift outfits. But he gave me something I never got from the Watsons, genuine care. Wait, was that baby over there? Luna strictly told me to avoid him, definitely giving crush energy. Well, then let big sis Lena handle this. Well, if it isn't my sweet little baby, you came all this way just to see me, huh? Mystery froze like a deer in headlights, then ran for his life.
I hate baby. We're mortal enemies.
She yelled like she was ready to chew me up and spit me out. Oh, is that so? How's everything else going?
Not great. Rich people rules are worse than I thought. I barely kept up. Also, your bestie Tess is a total snake. She only sticks around to bring you down.
Figures. Tess always loved messing with me.
Hope next week goes smoother.
Weeks passed. We were both kind of thriving in each other's lives. I also started getting used to the work and stopped messing things up. Hey Dad, check this out.
Wow, that's beautiful. You did such a great job.
Thank you, Dad. Also, small secret, I kept secretly hanging out with Baby. He was actually super sweet.
We're not close or anything. Okay, I'm only teaching you to skate, cause you bet.
Thanks a bunch, Baby. That night, I met up with Luna at a park halfway between our houses.
I landed a scholarship to study in the UK and won 2nd place in the spelling bee. Mrs. Watson was actually happy.
That's awesome. You're really gonna fly to England.
Also, I got back at Tess. She tried to plant cheat sheets in my desk during the test. I caught her and told the teacher. Guess who got busted instead?
I knew Tess was shady. She always scammed me or tricked me into doing dumb stuff. But she was the only one who ever hung out with me, so I kinda let it slide. Well, not my problem now. Luna can handle her. One day, Mom Watson suddenly barged into Joe's workshop. Luna trailed right behind her. I froze on the spot. Joe and Baby looked completely shocked.
After everything I've done for you, I've been tricked by a pair of twin sisters.
What's going on? There are 2 Lunas.
The girl you adopted has a twin, and they've been switching places to fool everyone.
All eyes landed on me and Luna. We were dead silent, not even trying to explain. But how did she find out?
She tried to mess with me. Zoe used to be a pushover. I got suspicious, and trust me, what I found out was way juicier than expected.
The Watsons won't accept a liar. Every award under the name Zoe will be voided, and Zoe is hereby suspended, so she doesn't bring shame to this family.
She walked off without even looking back. Baby gave me a look, the kind that stung. Then he left too. In the end, Joe still let us stay, but he didn't say a single word. He just kept working in silence.
He's so disappointed in me. I ditched the dad who raised me for some rich stranger.
And my foster mom is probably furious. She spent years grooming me to be perfect, but I wasn't good enough. Now she doesn't even know who to put her hopes in anymore. Because of our selfishness, we lied and hurt the people who loved us most. We're gonna make this right. All of it. The first thing we wanted to do was make it up to Dad.
We're really sorry for lying to you, but we both care about you a lot. So please let us help. Let's grow the workshop together.
The moment he nodded, we jumped into action. We came up with a plan to turn his little shop into a real business. Luna handled all the strategy, marketing, branding, and social media. I focused on training the newcomers. Everything grew much faster than we expected. Luna pulled in tons of customers, and with our professionalism, we completely won them over. In no time, Dad's dusky little workshop turned into a famous brand.
You two really are my lucky angels. Thank you both.
Even with the store keeping us crazy busy, we still made time to send little gifts and handwritten apology letters to Mrs. Watson. She never replied, but every morning her mailbox was empty, so we knew she got them. She read them. Oh, and I didn't tell Luna this, but I kinda snuck in a few extra gifts for Mystery too.
I figured. Do what makes you happy.
Thanks for the moral support. One afternoon, Mrs. Watson showed up.
I'm sorry for deceiving you, but I learned so much from the time we spent together.
I'm not as smart as Luna, so all the pressure kinda overwhelmed me, but thank you for giving me a home all these years.
My house is your house, both of you. You can come back anytime.
You don't need to be perfect by anyone's standards. As long as you live truthfully, love sincerely, and keep striving, you are already the pride of your family.
Hi everybody, my name is Olivia, and I'm 18 years old. Tell me, have you ever dreamed about one day meeting your twin brother you had not known about? Or a twin sister? Do you think things like that don't happen in real life? Don't jump to conclusions so quickly. My story, although it seems incredible, proves that miracles do happen. Subscribe to the channel because I know what will really surprise you. I live with my adoptive parents. They took me in 10 years ago. Before that, I'd lived my whole life in an orphanage, and so I don't remember my real mom and dad at all. They must have abandoned me when I was very young. It happens, and I hold no grudge against them. My new parents became my real family. This story began the day I suddenly got a stomachache. The pain was so bad that my mother called an ambulance. They took me to the hospital, examined me, told me that I needed a surgery immediately. It wasn't anything too bad, just an appendicitis. The operation was not complicated, but it couldn't wait. I went under anesthesia, and everything grew dark. I came to in a ward after the operation had been completed. I felt a little sick and moaned. Suddenly, I felt someone take my hand. It felt really great that someone was there for me. I decided to see who it was and turned my head to look. A girl was lying on the bed next to mine. But what was it? I couldn't believe it. We had the same eyes, the same hair, the same smile. That girl was a copy of me. She was looking at me, surprised and smiling. She probably couldn't believe it either. I wanted to ask her why she looked so much like me, but I couldn't. But I didn't need an answer. I knew who she was. My twin sister, Isabel. I hadn't seen her in 10 years. We had lived at the same orphanage together. We'd always looked exactly alike. She had been my closest friend, and we'd shared all our joys and sorrows. We had always been there for each other, but after I'd been adopted, my sister had been left alone in the orphanage. We had been separated. I hadn't seen her since, but I'd often thought of her, and I'd always known we would meet again someday. But our reunion was short-lived. That very day, I was moved to another ward. I asked them to let me stay with Isabel, but they told me that we had different diagnoses, so I had to be transferred to another ward. Isabella had got in a car accident and had to spend more time in the ward for seriously ill patients. A few days after that, I was released from the hospital and went home. I hadn't got to see Isabel again, but I couldn't stop thinking about our meeting. I found it strange that we had been separated as children, so I immediately asked my adopted mother about it. She looked very surprised and said,
"What are you talking about, Olivia? There had been no Isabel at the orphanage."
Maybe Mom had forgotten. I reminded her that my sister Isabel had been there for me. We looked very similar, but they had chosen me. Why hadn't my parents taken both of us in?
Sweetie, are you feeling all right? You never had a sister. You had been alone there.
I couldn't believe it. Why was my mother lying to me? I remembered everything perfectly. I realized that my adoptive parents were hiding the truth from me. But why? That's when I decided to find Isabel. As soon as I was able to walk after the operation again, I immediately went back to the hospital. I said I'd come to visit my sister at the reception. I didn't know what her last name was now, but I told them that her first name was Isabel and that she had been admitted after a car accident. Strangely enough, they told me they had not treated any girl fitting that description. How could it be? I told them she looked just like me. That's when they realized who I was talking about. However, they said her name was Hannah, and she'd already been discharged. Hannah? How so? Had my sister changed her first as well as her last name? But why? I asked them for her address, but they said they were only allowed to give me her phone number. In the evening, I called the number they had given me at the hospital. When she answered, I felt that our voices sounded a lot alike. It was her, my sister. I explained to her who I was and cried from joy.
I finally found you.
Hannah said that she was very glad to hear from me, but unfortunately, she didn't remember me. Hannah said that she had amnesia after the accident, and everything that happened before the hospital had disappeared from her memory.
Then, I have a lot to tell you about. Let's meet up.
We met the next day, and I immediately hugged my sister. Hannah was, of course, quite taken aback. After all, she didn't remember me, and so I was a complete stranger to her at that moment. But I started telling her about our childhood at the orphanage and how close we used to be.
Can't you see how similar we look? That's because we're sisters.
Since then, my sister and I saw each other a lot. Of course, we were family, but 10 years had passed, and each of us had different parents named. Now she couldn't just move in with me, or I with her. I hadn't told my adoptive parents anything yet. I still didn't understand why they were lying to me by not admitting that I had a sister. But Hannah told her parents about me, and they wanted to meet me. So one night, I went to their house for dinner. When Hannah's mom and dad saw me, they were very surprised. Of course, I've heard that everyone in the world has a double somewhere, but to see it with my own eyes.
Unbelievable. I was not surprising since we were twin sisters.
But Hannah's parents laughed all of a sudden and said,
"You was wrong.
Hannah didn't have a sister and never had. Moreover, they claimed that they were my sister's biological parents and had never adopted her. It was simply impossible. That's when I realized that Hannah's parents were hiding something as well. They were lying to the both of us. But what was going on? Why were they keeping the truth from us? And then I realized how to get to the bottom of it all. The following day, we met up with my twin, went to a clinic, and did a DNA test to prove we were related. Hannah agreed that it was a good decision, and I was very happy that she was so supportive. We took the test and were told the results would be ready in a few days. We spent the whole time impatiently waiting for the confirmation that we were sisters, and then someone would have some explaining to do. Our parents, who didn't want to tell us the truth, I went to see Hannah every day, and we talked a lot. I felt supported and cared for by my sister once again, and tried to always be there for her as well. One day, I was telling her about our childhood. She did not remember once again. Hannah was so engrossed in my story about our escapades at the orphanage that it gave me a good idea.
Let's visit the place where we grew up. Maybe it will bring back your memory.
Hannah agreed, and we headed to the orphanage. It hadn't changed at all in 10 years. I hadn't been there. It looked the same as it had the day I left, only the children were different. We met the head of the orphanage, Mr. Williams. He didn't even recognize me at the beginning, but when I told him who I was, he smiled and said,
"Olivia, it can't be. Look how you've grown."
I showed him Hannah and asked if he'd remember my sister. I told him she used to be called Isabel, and we had grown up together in that orphanage. But suddenly, the smile disappeared from his face. He looked at me anxiously and said we should talk in his office. Only me and him. I felt a little scared. What did Mr. Williams want to tell me about? But I went with him after all. In the office, he sat me down in front of his desk and told me I was wrong. I never had a real sister. What do you mean, never had a sister? I remember her very well. You even took pictures of us together. I told him.
Yes, here are those photos. See for yourself.
Mr. Williams handed me the photos. I saw myself as a child, but there was no one next to me.
How could it be? But I remembered her so clearly.
Your parents were very troubled people. When you had been born, they hadn't taken care of you at all. You had been often left all alone. Nobody had paid you any attention. That's why you made up your twin sister, Isabel, to have someone to talk, have a sister that would take care of you, your imaginary twin, and you had been brought to the orphanage. And when you had been adopted and your parents had begun to take care of you, your sister had gradually disappeared from your mind.
I listened to Mr. Williams and started to remember. Pieces of my childhood memories fit into a puzzle. The head of the orphanage was right. How could I have got it so wrong? But who was Hannah then? Just a girl that looked similar to me. Had I really met my double? How was I going to tell her everything now? I walked out of the office and immediately bumped into Hannah. She looked at me with frightened eyes and held out her phone. The DNA test scanning came in. She said,
"We aren't related. I already knew that."
There were tears in Hannah's eyes. She turned and ran away. I didn't stop her. I left the orphanage and started walking down the street. I was so lost in my own thoughts. I didn't see anything around me. I couldn't believe what had happened. But even more than that, I felt hurt. I just found my only family member and lost her immediately afterwards. I was so lost in my thoughts. I did not notice a red light and went out into the roadway. A car was coming straight at me. I heard the screech of the brakes, and then a thud. Then it was dark. I came to in a hospital. I was lying on the same bed Hannah used to lie on. My adoptive mom and dad were sitting next to me. They looked very scared. My mother told me that I had been hit by a car, but the danger had passed, and I would soon recover. I felt very sorry for having worried them and ashamed that I had doubted them when I asked them to forgive me and thanked them for caring for me.
Now I know that I don't have a sister.
What do you mean you don't? What about Hannah?
The door of the room opened and she came in. She sat down next to me and said,
"I'm sorry. I ran away. I needed some time to think. Although we're not related, we are sisters in spirit and will always be together. I won't leave you."
I started crying with joy and my parents left to give us some time alone. That's how I found my twin sister. We are always together these days and I'm glad that everything happened like that. What do you think? Can a complete stranger become closer than a relative? Write in the comments down below.
Hey, I'm Kirsty, and I have an identical twin sister called Arabelle. We didn't have a normal upbringing as our mom abandoned us at an orphanage when we were 6. I'm not fully sure why she gave us up. I guess she was young and just couldn't cope. As little kids, my sister and I were close. We used to fool the other kids and the nuns into thinking that we were each other. Arabelle always wore a pink bow in her hair, so we'd both wear one and freak the kids out by double-crossing them in the corridors. Those were good times. But when we got older, everything has changed. I started to become green with envy. And Arabelle, everyone always liked her more than me. The nuns called her Little Cat, and every kid kept surrounding her like she was a sparkling star or something. They all thought she was so sweet and polite. This annoyed me because I knew the real her. And she wasn't sweet at all, if not a completely fake girl. And she just knew exactly what to say and do to get the most from people. Then when we were 12, a lot had been happening that completely changed our lives. The orphanage had financial problems that could not be saved. Our nuns loved us so much that they didn't want to lose any of us, but they had no choice but to allow the social organization to find us adoptive parents. The nuns didn't want my sister and I to be apart, so they sent us to 2 families in the same town. But the God of justice must be blind as usual. Arabelle was way luckier than me. She was adopted by a wealthier family. My parents loved me anyway, but well, she received all the best things, and that was just not fair. We went to the same school, and I was so sick of listening to her bragging. When we were at the orphanage, we used to wear the same kind of clothes, but now things were different. Arabelle always stayed in style, wearing the most beautiful clothes. So, although we are identical twin sisters, whenever we stand next to each other, she would be like a queen and I would be a maid. She easily got everything I ever wished for. Princess bed, a large window with a sea view, piano and ballet classes, and an amazing mom and dad. She talked about it all the time, and I got sick hearing it. It seemed like all of the greatest things were not enough for her. She didn't appreciate what they gave her, and just always wanted more. If I were her, I would enjoy that dream life with gratitude and respect. Everything I got. Life was so unfair. Why did Arabelle always have the best? While a girl like me was suffering from the day I was born, adopting one part of a twin made our 2 new families close. My new family was always visiting Arabelle's big house for barbecues and nice dinners. To be honest, I did not want to go there at all. It was not a simple family meeting. It was just an event for her to show up. Her parents were so nice, and just by looking at the way they treated her, I could tell that they loved her so much. They often patted her head and called her puppy. Arabelle acted all sweet then behind their backs. She said this nickname made her feel sick. As she wasn't 5, no one seemed to realize the truth. Arabelle was absolutely not as cute as they ever thought. She actually was kind of insolent, haughty, boastful girl, and most of all, she was a fake. I remember one time when her mother's birthday party was taking place. Her mom looked stunning in that gorgeous dress, and people in the room just stayed silent for a while to show their impressing. Arabelle pretended to be cute and gave tons of compliments to her mom. But as soon as her mom turned her back on us, Arabelle whispered to me, "Look at her stupid smile. She is thinking that she really is beautiful, while everyone knows that I'm the one who looks stunning here." I was so sick of her double life. She was so lucky living that great life, but she had no appreciation for what she already had, and she was so fake. One time, I tried to unmask her true colors. I tried to tell my parents and our mutual friend about how she'd acted behind their backs, but they never believed me and just told me to stop being mean and selfish. They didn't understand a thing about her real version and even scolded me. I was the one who deserved that life, not that fake loser girl. That was when I decided to make a bigger plan. I wanted to replace Arabelle and live her life. I started staring at her work and copied her handwriting. I practiced imitating her voice. We sounded pretty similar, so this was easy. I secretly followed her and her lame friends at school so that I could learn all about their hobbies and habits, but my family was not as wealthy as theirs. I could only stand outside the restaurant, the clothing store, or the cinema. Watching Arabelle enjoy the good life just made my determination grow. When our families met up, I made an effort to get to know her parents more. Her mom likes playing the piano and her dad likes taking care of his bonsai trees. Her mom can't eat seafood, and her dad is allergic to peanut butter. I jotted down every little detail about her life in my planning book. There were a lot of things I needed to learn until I was fully confident that I could become a second Arabelle and successfully replace her. But then something suddenly happened that made me speed up my plan. This boy called Milo I liked at school started flirting with my sister and she flirted back. She knew I liked him, but this didn't stop her from agreeing to go on a date with him. She was such a demon. At this point, I couldn't stand her walking around and stealing all the best things I've ever wanted in my life. I had a plan. Back when I was in the orphanage, there was a man who often came to us and said impolitely to the nuns that they should sell him some children to solve their financial worries. Of course, the nuns refused him and kicked him out. He continued to come over a couple of times, and once he gave us his phone number, saying that if any of us got into trouble, we could find him. Then the nun showed up and threatened to call the cops. Well, that was the last time I saw him. I always kept that number because I knew there would be a day I would need it, and that day finally came. I called him and we came up with a plan to solve my Arabelle issue. He sent her an anonymous message telling her to come to a secluded corner in the park and to find out some juicy gossip about Milo. Of course, my nosy sister agreed. The man promised my sister would be sent to another place to work to help him earn money, and she wouldn't be harmed. I left a letter at home saying I'd had enough of the poor life, and I'd found a better place to go. I told my parents not to be sad and not to look for me. I hid in a corner of the park and waited for my sister to appear. Then when they took her, I could easily hop into her life and replace her. There would be no more Kirsty anymore, as I would perfectly be back as Arabelle. Well, the better version of her. Suddenly, I saw a black car stop in the distance. 2 tattooed guys got out of the car. I could see guns in their back. They stopped for a moment to wet a hanky with some liquid thing. This didn't feel right. I knew that this was going way too far. They would hurt my sister, and I was the one who was participating in this sin. And I knew that I would live in guilt for the rest of my life if I ever let it happen. I immediately ran out from where I was hiding, grabbed my sister's hand, and pulled her away. I heard their footsteps right behind us, so I ran as fast as possible to the crowd of people and screamed loudly at the same time to let people around pay attention to us. The other 2 men probably gave up when we ran into the crowd. After we got back to her home, I told her that I happened to be walking past and overheard the guys saying they were going to kidnap her. Then I just ran to reach her as fast as possible without thinking. She hugged me and thanked me for saving her life. She said that she always thought that I didn't like her, and she used to feel that way about me too. Wow, that moment she came clear that she used to think that I was just a gross, dirty girl and didn't deserve to be around her. And she, from time to time, tried to pretend herself in front of me just to make me jealous. She was so sorry for her selfish mind and promised to change her character for me. I also told her that sometimes I became so mean because of envy, but facing this dangerous situation made me realize how much she means to me, and I will not let jealousy blind me anymore. Turns out living a great life was that simple. We just need to talk straight and openly with each other to solve the problems between us. As for my parents, they read the letter, I left them and got upset. We had a good talk, and I realized I was being the ungrateful one. Yes, so they didn't have as much money as Arabelle's family did, but they were good people who cared about me. Arabelle hadn't been the only selfish one. I'd been selfish too. Life's good, and Arabelle and I are getting on better than ever. Still, the guilt from what I planned eats me up. Should I come clean about what really happened? Or should I keep it a secret and carry on like normal? I mean, it's not like anyone was hurt, right?